The Merchant of Venice, Act 3, Scene 3, and Act 4, Scene 1. Antonius entered into a fatal contract, and all for the love of his friend. But Shylock thinks not of this, of his good intentions, or of mercy. Shylock represents the Old Testament God. The further back you go in the Bible, the less are good intentions rewarded. Lot's wife was told not to look back. She looked back, and she was turned into a pillar of salt. That's it. Nobody said, "Oh, you didn't mean to look back," or human weakness. Another example is the man who stumbles as he carries the tabernacle back to Jerusalem from captivity. The guy stumbles and God strikes him dead. That's it. He stumbled and nobody asked him, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to stumble. A little rabbit ran in front of me." He stumbles, he dies. Antonio's ships miscarry. He forfeits his bond. That's it. He dies. In contrast, Antonio represents the New Testament God, or the figure of Christ. Antonio speaks to Shylock, "I do oppose my patience to his fury, and am armed to suffer with a quietness of spirit the very tyranny and rage of his." This dualism, or opposing natures, of the Old Testament God and the New Testament God, has existed for centuries for Christians to try and make sense of. Many Christians throughout the pages of history made sense of this by identifying Jehovah as the devil God, a cruel and wrathful God, and a warlike tyrant. By the 3rd century, this even became a widespread religion known as Manichaeism. The great Saint Augustine of the Catholic Church, a towering intellect of his day, was even once a Manichaeist before his conversion to Roman Christianity or Catholicism. But greater than this separation is the need to soften the Old Testament God and transform the earth beneath, the barren earth beneath, with gentle, life-giving mercy. This is beautifully expressed when the Christian from Act 4, Scene 1, pleads with Shylock for mercy. The quality of mercy is not strained, but droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. And also greater than this separation of the Old Testament God and the New Testament God is the need for what the Christians do in Act 4, Scene 1, and what most Christians have done today. That is, they have taken Jehovah and demanded that he presently become Christian.